Okay, so today I want to show you guys just one strategy that I use when I'm disputing using the Metro 2 dispute strategy. Okay, so this is just like a regular dispute letter. It's like a first round dispute letter, nothing fancy. And in fact, it's not even like a full dispute letter. I just wanted to put something there so that it kind of looks how a dispute letter is supposed to look. Okay, so what I have done is I have gone to my credit report, and over here where you see the template at with the Metro 2 fields and codes, I have filled in all of the account information from my credit report. So we're dealing with a one main loan. So we're using the fields and codes that are for installment loans using Metro 2. So to the side here, you see in red, I have all of my Metro 2 fields that are required for this specific type of account. So, and also you see here on the side where I have like listed everything, all of the information for the account, okay? So all of that is there, and you can even scroll down and there's even more there. So I have taken every bit of information that they're reporting in this account and I've added it to this simple template grid. You can literally make this yourself in Word. Okay, so I've done all that. So now I wanted to show you guys how I actually go about entering in my dispute reasons and things of that nature. So this video could take a little bit of time, but bear with me if you don't know and you want to learn. Okay, so I'm going to start with header record field 12, which is the account name. Okay, so here so first we're starting with, first we're going to start with the account name, which is here at the top. So you see here, I'm kind of playing around with it. Yep. So right here where you see account name, then you also see the Metro 2 code here, header record field 12. The account name is one main. It is reporting as one main across the board with all three bureaus. So here is where I'm going to fill in my dispute reason. Now you can either print this whole entire thing out after you create it and just pen right on it with like a red pen or something so that they can specifically see exactly what you're saying, or you can just do it on the computer. Just depends on what you're doing and what dispute strategy you're using. So here I'm going to put validate debt because we want them to validate this debt. So I'm going to put that here with all of them. Okay. And here for account number, there really is no Metro 2 code specifically for account number, but as you can see, Equifax is reporting the account number inaccurately. So I'm going to challenge all three of them because that's just what I like to do. And I'm going to put here inaccurate. And I'm just going to do this across the board with all of the accounts. Okay, so third thing that we're doing here is account type, and that's base segment character field 9. As far as the Metro 2 code goes, it is an installment loan. Now, if you want to have something going on in every one of these fields, you could put error there, or you could, just leave it blank and not put anything there. It's your choice what you do there. There's really no discrepancy there, but just because you don't see anything inaccurate or any type of discrepancy whatsoever does not mean that you cannot still challenge it. And so you'll be learning this as we go through filling this out. Okay, so where account type detail is, which is base segment character field 8 per Metro 2. Now, because I have this field in red, that's letting you and me know that this is a required field. So I definitely have to address this with Equifax. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna call them on it and gonna let them know that this is a Metro 2 error. This is required, but it is missing. Please fix this. Okay. And I'll just put a little something extra there just to make it even better. Okay, so now where it says account status, we see that it is base segment character field 17A. It's saying close. If you want to challenge that or just draw some attention to it, you can put anything there that you literally want to put there. I'm not going to touch it because there's really no need to. Okay, so here where it says monthly payment, base segment character field 15. Once again, this is a required field that Equifax is playing with me on. They're not reporting it, so I'm going to put that there. Date opened. Okay, so if this date open is incorrect, I happen to personally know all three of these dates of the account being open are incorrect. This particular account was open 6/1 in 2020. So all of these are incorrect. So I'm disputing all of this as well. Okay, so here I'm just going to put my reasons here. Bam, got our reasons there. Okay, and just because there's no Metro 2 code or requirement there does not mean that you can't question it, because everything that is reported on your credit report has to be reporting accurate and true. Okay, so moving along here, we're gonna go to date closed. Okay, so date closed. Now here, because it doesn't say anything, you could still put a dispute reason here. I mean, I am, okay? So right here, I'm gonna just use this dispute reason here, and I'm gonna say error misreporting, okay? And this date is wrong because I know that it's wrong. So of course I'm gonna put error misreporting there. And here for balance, now this balance is inaccurately reporting. And I know this because I literally just saw a receipt to where the client had made another payment that did not get applied to this balance that is showing up on this credit report. So I'm disputing that as well. So I'm gonna be error misreporting balance here. Need to get that right. Okay, so term. Okay, so you see base segment character field 13 here, that is required. They're not reporting it on two bureaus. I'm gonna challenge the missing terms here this way because Metro 2 does require it. And I'm gonna challenge factually like this with this account. Okay, so moving along, credit limit, base segment character field 11. So that should be showing on here, and it's not showing anywhere on here. So yeah, we want to definitely address that. I want to get them real good with this, so I'm going to do two dispute reasons here. One is going to be a more of a factual disputing standpoint, and I'm also going to say that this is violating CDIA standards. Okay, so I'm going to put all of this here. in this one. Okay, and I'm gonna get our Metro 2 error here. Gonna put that in there as well. Okay, and next we're gonna go to the high balance. Okay, so high balance base segment character field 12. You can mess with it if you want to. You can put whatever you feel that you need to put there. For me, I'm not gonna touch it right now. Okay, and for past due amount, I'm gonna put something like we'll do inaccurate past due amount showing, and we'll also let them know that this is a violation. Okay. Okay, and okay, so payment status. Okay, payment status can be tricky. If this were a account that had been paid off, like, you know, settled for less or whatever, then I would dispute this a different way. But because this one has not been paid, anything has been paid on this one, I'm just gonna do this. Because they're saying that this is basically a charge off and a collection at the same time, I'm gonna challenge them, because how can it be both at the same time? I want to know. So looks a little sketchy to me, and they do it all the time. So we'll put error fraudulent reporting there. Start date. Okay, so start date, we're not gonna mess with it there. Date of last activity, that means not much at all, so we're not going to mess with that. Okay, so creditor comments. Okay, creditor comments are very important in a credit report. Okay, so here in the comments, now the comments does have a Metro 2 code, but it's required only when applicable. And like I said before, who determines when it is applicable? I don't know. I always dispute the comments when the comments are negative. So what I'm just gonna do is just gonna be really simple here. I'm just gonna put error misreporting comments. And again, you can say whatever you want to say for your dispute reasons. Hopefully this just gives you some ideas. I know what it is to kind of get stumped on dispute reasons. So here we have payment frequency. I'm not going to touch that. And we have dispute status. It says that it was not disputed. Creditor type, personal loan. Okay, across the board, we're not going to deal with any of that. Account description, individual. Account rating. Yes, we are going to deal with account rating. And so here we're definitely going, and so here we're just going to put this here. Account rating. Inaccurate account rating. Okay, so I want to stop here for a second. This, I know to some of you this looks extremely long, okay? And I'll tell you why it looks extremely long. I know that all of this is not always on your credit report, but it could be there in pieces. On some credit reports it may be there, and some it may not. So I've broken it down this way so that there's always a field for it in case you run into it being on your credit report, okay? All right, so under original creditor, we have bureau code. Bureau code is never going to show up on your credit report. Okay, it's just not. Okay, so here is where it says past due 30 days, past due 60 days, past due 90 days. It's not going to be on your credit report necessarily like that. But if you have an account and you're disputing past due payments on the account, I created this here for that purpose. So if they're saying that you have, you know, past due 30 days, 60 days, or, you know, whatever, then you have a place to specifically dispute it at. Okay, so that's why that is there. And so they're saying 60 days, and then we're going to dispute that, and then we're going to dispute that as well. Why is that happening? Okay, I'm clicking the wrong thing here. So this one says 60 days, so I'm just going to change that to a 9. Okay, so now we are disputing, like, even if you're only disputing like late pays on your credit report, you can still use this type of a format to break down all of your dispute reasons and the things that you're disputing. So if you want to go further to date last reported or last payment, of course, have at it. Okay, so we have date last reported here. It's a little different across the board. So I'm not going to go in really hard with the date last reported. So this is just one way that I do disputes. I have many different ways, and I'm sure that you do too. Hopefully this was something that was kind of fresh to you that, you could implement in your business or in your DIY experience. This is certainly a way that you can be very specific about exactly what you're disputing. Okay, so I know some of you may be wondering, because I have here where it says Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, right? I did this to kind of help me put things together and give you a good visual. But because this is Word, what I'm gonna do here is just, before I print, I'm gonna just cut that away, okay? See that? It just disappeared. So this is Word, this is good, okay? So I'm just going to send this in to Experian. No, Equifax. So this goes to Equifax, all right? I'll print this out and then I'll go, and I'll undo what I cut. The same thing when you're sending out to TransUnion, you're just going to cut the other information out so that it only shows TransUnion's information. You'll keep it moving, and if you want to make it look neater, you can stretch it or, whatever, however you want to do it. Yeah. And so that way you're not sending in the other bureau's information to all of the other credit bureaus. I hate that. I'm all about a good isolation letter. Okay, so don't forget to do that. If you try this method, do not forget to cut out the other bureau's information. The reason why I had them there side by side in the first place is to help me while I'm getting all the information from the credit report and migrating it over to the template. So don't forget that. So anyways, I hope this helped you guys out on your DIY process, or if you're a credit repair business, I hope that this is something that you could add to your arsenal of dispute strategies. So that was part 1 of my new Metro 2 dispute strategies series. I hope it helped you. Stay tuned next week, next Friday at 10 a.m. for series 2.